What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Hot Takes. Today, we will be previewing the draft, and we got some special guests with us, including Gavin Colbeck and Kanan Coons. This is Kanan. We
welcome.
call
Hey,
him a
guys.
goon.
He's a goon.
So,
Okay.
yep. So today, we will be... Well, what do you think we're going to be doing today, Gavin?
You know, today we are going to be reviewing our top 15 draft picks in the NFL draft today. Potential trades that could happen in the NFL draft. And, you know, there could be some crazy picks here. You know, we all have different mock drafts. We all created mock drafts. We're going to go over our top 15 picks to see if we can line up the perfect picks.
I'm actually doing a live mock draft. I have not created a mock draft today or yet, so we'll be doing it together. And make sure you stay tuned till the end of the episode so we can tell you about our upcoming live stream that may or may not be happening in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned.
It'll be fun.
Okay, so we got round one, pick one, Chicago Bears. Who do we have going? Gavin, start with you.
You know, there was a lot of swings with Chicago Bears this year. You know, no one really knew what their selection would be with the Justin Fields. But now that he's traded, I do believe that Caleb Williams will be selected first to the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I also agree. I think Caleb Williams is probably the best talent
Yeah.
in this draft by far.
Caleb Williams, even though he may be a little weird, I do have him going first overall because it's pretty much unanimous as Caleb Williams at 1. And at 2 with the Washington Commanders, I have Drake May, quarterback, going second overall.
I also have Drake May. I was thinking Jaden Daniels a little bit because of their head coach.
I was debating Jaden Daniels too here, but it is going to be Drake May that goes to out of North Carolina. All right, third pick, the New England Patriots. No more Bill Belichick, which means they are moving on from Mac Jones and they are selecting Jaden Daniels from LSU, the Heisman Trophy winner.
Yep, I agree. I mean, a lot of people think they might trade this pick, but I don't really see it.
You know, Jaden Daniels, and there's a lot of quarterbacks, but I could see Jaden Daniels going second, and I could see a lot of things happening, but I think these 3 quarterbacks will go first 3 no matter what, just in any order, but most likely this order.
Yep, so
Pick 4, Arizona Cardinals. This is, if they don't trade this pick either to the Vikings or what happens, we'll talk about that later, but they're going to pick Marvin Harrison if they don't trade this.
Yep, I'm pretty sure that should be unanimous.
yeah, I truly
should be
do think that Arizona will trade this pick, but I do not think it will be to Minnesota. But if they do use the pick, it is going to be Marvin Harrison Jr.
Who knows? Kyler Murray, if he does stay, you know, I think Marvin Harrison could be all Kyler Murray needs to be the next great quarterback and to lead the Cardinals to a wild card berth. What do you guys
Wild
think
card.
on that?
I do agree with you on that. You know, Arizona's always been a good team. You know, they've always been competitive each year with the division they're in. But, you know, last year was just a tough year on them with Kyler Murray being hurt quite a bit of the season. And they just need more depth. I feel like their team is kind of falling apart right now.
Yeah, I feel like their defense is really lacking right now. I mean, besides Buda Baker, there's really no one.
All right, now at 5, here's where it kind of starts to change up. So, Gavin, who do you have going at 5?
I have Joe Alt out of Notre Dame, offensive tackle. You know, he was a stud in college, and I feel like the Chargers do really need a step up in their offensive line. I feel like if you put, you know, Rashawn Slater on one side and, you know, Joe Alt on the other, it's just going to be unstoppable. Justin Herbert's going to have a lot of time in the pocket.
This is actually our first disagreement. I have Malik Neighbors going to the Chargers to replace Keenan Allen.
I also have Malik Neighbors. I think he's a generational talent, and I do like Joe Alt, but I don't know. I don't think they can skip on
You
a
guys
wide
will be
receiver here.
surprised when I have Malik Neighbors falling in this draft. I will not.
Now with the Giants with the 6th pick, I think they're going to wait on quarterback and they're going to try to get a sleeper later in the draft, and they're going to keep on going with their quarterback situation right now. And I got Joe Alt going 6 to the Giants.
Alrighty.
Gannon, what do you have?
I actually have Roma Dunze. The GM has come out and said they're not looking for a QB right now.
I do also agree with Roma Dunze. He's a great wide receiver out of Washington, and I feel like that's what New York needs right now.
I have Roman Dunze going to the Tennessee Titans at the 7th overall pick in this draft. What do you guys have?
I have Joe Alt here. I feel like their O-line is terrible, and if you get a solid left tackle or right tackle, whatever he plays, I feel like that'd be a really
I
good
have a
addition.
shocker pick here. You guys will not believe it, but I do have Cooper DeJean going 7 to the Tennessee Titans.
That's crazy. Cooper DeJean.
Cooper DeJean.
A white cornerback. That never happens. Now, the Atlanta Falcons, you know, they got their new quarterback, and they might just need some weapons. But I think they're going to go defense here. I think they're going to go Cooper DeJean here at 8.
I
With the
also
Atlanta
have them
Falcons.
picking a cornerback here. Although I have Tron Arnold from Alabama, I just think he fits more with AJ Terrell as a physical DB.
I have Latu. Not even going to pronounce his first name, but he's an edge rusher out of UCLA.
Leatu Latu.
Latu Latu.
And then pick 9, Chicago Bears got another pick, and I think they're going to get another weapon to absolutely stack their offense up. I think that the Chicago Bears are going to pick Brock Bowers at 9. What do you guys think?
I actually have Byron Murphy II from Texas. I feel like their offense is really good right now. I could see them taking another weapon, but I feel like that would be kind of overboard.
I agree with Goons here. Byron Murphy is a good selection here for the Chicago Bears. Stack that D line up.
Now, the New York Jets are kind of in a tough situation with a whole bunch of players off the board. So I think they're just going to stack their cornerback room with Quintanion Mitchell from Toledo. What do you guys think?
Good pick. I personally have Malik Neighbors going at 10 to the Jets. They need a second receiver right next to Garrett Wilson just to stack that offense up, hopefully. With Aaron Rodgers coming back this year.
I actually have Brock Bowers here. I feel like Tyler Conklin he's an all right tight end, but I feel like Brock Bowers would really elevate the offense here.
About this one. All right, now with the Minnesota Vikings at 11, this is actually a hot take, but I don't think they're going to go quarterback. I actually think they're going to trade it. But if they do go quarterback, it's going to be J.J. McCarthy. If they get a trade offer, they're going to get Justin Herbert from the Chargers. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I feel like that's kind of outlandish. They already paid him.
That's kind of pushing it. I really do think that, if you trading a Pro Bowl quarterback on draft night is kind of crazy to another team. I can't see it happening.
Hey, Jim
Yeah,
Harbaugh,
especially-
he really likes his Michigan guys, I heard.
Does like his Michigan guys.
Yeah,
So-
but bro, Justin Herbert's
Still,
so
when
good.
you have a Super Bowl contending quarterback in your hands, do you really want to give him up for a next generational quarterback already?
There's a lot of those college coaches that come into the NFL and just really go ham on their old players and just people that know their offense and their program. And I don't know. I really think that the Minnesota Vikings are going to trade this pick, but I think that J.J. McCarthy will go 11 no matter what.
Yeah, I have JJ going 11.
My Minnesota Vikings, man, they're hurting. They're hurting right now, but J.J. McCarthy's going to come in, and I don't think he's going to be our guy. I'm kind of scared, honestly. But
Now with the Broncos, pick 12, they also need a quarterback, but they have another Wilson, Zach
Yes,
Wilson.
sir.
So I actually like Zach Wilson and don't hate it. I think Zach Wilson's going to be a comeback player of the year. What do you guys think?
I feel like,
you give that idea to a Broncos fan over here.
Yes,
you never
sir.
know.
but if Sean Payton gets him in order, I feel like it could be very possible.
With those new uniforms they got there, I think.
Them XFL jerseys.
Yeah. So with this 12 pick, I do think they're going to select Brock Bowers. I think Sean Payton is interested in Brock Bowers because, what's their tight end? Greg
Dulcich.
Greg
yeah.
Dulcich. I don't
mean,
know about that one. I feel like you definitely
serviceable
got to find a
tight end.
solid tight end in Brock Bowers.
I have them going edge rusher here with Latu from the guy from UCLA that Gavin tried to pronounce earlier. But yeah, I have him because the Broncos just like edge rushers in the first round. I don't know.
Yeah, I could definitely see
Notorious.
that. I have Quinion Mitchell from back in the old New Mexico days, but I feel like him and Pat Surtain would definitely elevate this defense that is severely lacking.
I
right now.
also have Mitchell. I have Mitchell at 13. Mitchell at 13 I feel like the Raiders do need to step up their defense a little bit. They just need to step up their whole dang team. I'm not going to lie to you. But Mitchell I have at 13 for the Raiders.
I could see the Raiders going with anybody here. I could see them going quarterback, but there's a lot of late round quarterback talent in this draft that I think that they should shoot on for later in this draft.
Like you can argue
like
Bo Nix.
Michael
You
Penix,
could.
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix, yeah.
Who else?
Spencer Rattler.
Spencer
yeah.
Rattler.
But I think they're going to go Jazir Newton here, D-line from Illinois for the Raiders, just because, I don't know, the Raiders have always had a notoriously good defensive line, and they kind of like to stack it up and not go with their needs a lot of the times because they're the Raiders. They're stupid.
That is true. Their organization has gone to crap.
Now,
Okay.
our second to last pick, what we will pick, we have the New Orleans Saints at 14. What do you guys have?
I have Dallas Turner here. I fell down the board a little bit, but him with Jordan, I can't remember his first name right now. But I feel like he'd be a really good mentor for him, and just like help elevate his game.
I could see that 100%, but I think Newton is going to go here. I think he's going to go 14. Of course, the Saints also kind of need to rebuild their team a little bit with, I mean, Derek Carr's a good quarterback, but they're not a playoff potential team right now, so they're definitely going to have to look to rebuild this year.
I have Teron Arnold, corner out of Alabama, going 14 to the New Orleans Saints. And now our last pick, what we will be mocking today, is the Indianapolis Colts. What do you guys have?
I have Cooper DeJean here. I know you guys have him really high, but I don't know.
I have Teron Arnold. I think Teron Arnold, if he doesn't go, he might go higher, but I could totally see Teron Arnold being in a Colts uniform. I feel like, they're very high on their DBs in Indianapolis, so, I can see it.
I'm actually going tackle here with Tessie Fuaga. I don't know. The offensive line and defensive line had some really hard names in this draft class. And we should maybe do an episode on that alone, trying to pronounce people's names. That might be very interesting. But I actually have tackle here.
Maybe have Braden Smith on that one.
Yeah, and I have Anthony Richardson protected from his injury-prone season last year, but he was really good through the first 5 weeks when he was healthy, so I think they're going to go tackle and protect him here.
Yeah. I'm
Alrighty.
excited to see what Anthony Richardson can do next year.
So now here's for some trades. So we already talked about the Vikings trade a little bit, but
course,
let's go
yes.
more in depth on that. So do you think that the Chargers will trade for the Vikings because of the Vikings' whole situation?
I mean, I could see a trade up. I don't see a Justin Herbert trade.
I
though.
don't see a Justin Herbert trade either. I just feel like, if you have that talent, you don't trade it to a team just for a draft pick on another quarterback. I feel like that's tough.
Yeah, he was a fishing head captain at his high school team. Like, he just can't give that up, man.
Exactly.
What? Fishing head.
Yeah.
It's either
came
that.
out of
It's
nowhere.
either that, or if Marvin Harrison does fall to 5, they can get a huge weapon on their offense with Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, I know they do want new wideouts, but they wouldn't trade Keenan Allen for nothing. But I don't know. With Jim Harbaugh cleaning out Keenan Allen, I think it's a sign that he might be making room for some of those Michigan guys to come in and take over his offense and just use that college on what they did and how they won the national championship and how J.J. McCarthy just knows Jim Harbaugh. And I think there's a good chance, and a lot of people don't respect that.
I say, just think the two teams in the NFL draft that have multiple first round picks this year are the Bears and the Vikings. They both have 2 first round picks, and so the Vikings could definitely execute in the later round at 23.
Picking quarterback with a Bo Nix or
Who knows? Yeah, and they
Michael Penix.
That also gives
Jr..
them opportunity to trade another pick.
Yeah.
To get something else.
Justin Jefferson, you need to get a quarterback for him, and
Easily.
you need to go all in while you have a generational wide receiver talent on your team.
And I'm just saying, if we can draft a quarterback, get him on cheap, that keeps a lot of money for Jefferson to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another quarterback that you could get is Kyler Murray, even though a lot of Vikings fans don't like that, but you could get him for cheaper than a Justin Herbert, and you don't have to take as much of a risk on any other quarterback.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think on that?
I do agree with you on that, but if they really think Sam Darnold's going to be our guy for a year, then it is what it is. I trust Kevin O'Connell to see what he can do with this Minnesota franchise. He's had two. His first year was very successful. His second year, he's still got in that bubble, but he's still got a lot of potential with Minnesota.
Maybe it's another Jared Goff situation where he gets out of a bad situation and he was a top pick, and then he just comes and he looks like a bridge quarterback, and then he ends up being, the guy for
That's what's going to happen with
Detroit.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson with the Broncos.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. The Broncos team's kind of in shambles. They don't really.
Yeah.
I don't know. Cortland Sutton was kind of going off there for a little bit, but their wideout core isn't
Say-
the best.
You look at a team like Detroit, they have Jared Goff now, and you're completely forgetting that they drafted a quarterback last year in Hendon Hooker.
Yeah.
And it's like he was a forgotten quarterback in this draft class because he tore his ACL at the end of his college year, went to Detroit, and you never know what's going to happen with him.
Yeah, I could definitely see
quarterback.
the trade up for the Kyler Murray thing, especially if
Definitely.
Marvin Harrison goes 3rd
Yeah.
and the Patriots don't pick a QB. I could definitely see that.
I said this draft can definitely just break apart out of
this
nowhere.
draft we could see
You see
10 new starting quarterbacks in the NFL.
This
next
is probably
year,
one of the best
and I
NFL
wouldn't
draft.
be surprised.
One of the best NFL draft classes we've had.
for the quarterbacks.
Of course, yeah.
And DBs and tackles.
Wide receivers, too.
There's just a lot of
It's just
offensive
a
talent. this
Great
year.
skill position
Yeah.
for a draft this year.
All right, so to our live stream cliffhanger.
Oh,
All
boy.
right, so for our semester project in this class, we will be doing a hot takes live stream. So during that live stream, it'll probably be in the next couple of weeks, and we will have special guests, all 4 major sports. We'll talk about the NBA playoffs some more, some more of the NFL draft recap, maybe some NHL, some MLB.
NHL playoffs are hot right now, so we can get into
You
that.
know, so we'll have Kanan back for the NBA portion at least. Maybe
Kanan's
some
a
NFL.
huge NBA guy. He's a Bulls fan.
Yep.
And
I
we'll
wear
we'll have some new faces that we've never seen. Like our editor might come on there.
His name
and
is Braden Smith.
We'll have some new faces that you guys haven't seen. So make sure you tune into that live stream here in a couple weeks, and we'll get more information out to you guys if we can, and we'll tell you the times, and maybe you just come out and have some fun with us as we live stream with you guys and give us a good grade on a semester project.
It'll be
So
a good time.
that's been Hot Takes episode 3. Thanks, Kanan, for coming
Yeah,
out.
Yeah, it's been a
Appreciate
pleasure.
you.
It's been a pleasure.
Big Coonster.
So, make sure you go to that live stream and peace out.